Parents strongly caution the following programs are intended for mature audiences over the age of 18. These programs may contain some material that many parents would not find suitable for children and may include intense violence, sexual situations, coarse language, and suggestive dialogue.
Happy Wednesday afternoon here, and I think it's like nighttime where y'all are in Germany.
Yep,
right.
It's the middle of the night at 7 p.m.
Gotcha. So anybody that's watching right now, which we actually have quite a few that have already piled in here pretty quickly.
Ooh,
you guys watched Sound Injection Plugged In. I think it was one of the very first episodes. We actually found these guys on YouTube and start getting people asking a whole hell of a lot of questions. So I actually have a question here, and I'm sure you get asked this a million times. What possessed you to mix swing with metal? I think it's cool as shit, and a lot of people think it's cool as fuck, but you never see anything like that in the States. So
no, you really don't.
You kind of tell us how that even came to be.
Sure.
Good question. Well, metal, we've always been metalheads. We always liked the heavy stuff with the guitars and the drums, and I listened to bands like Megadeth, Slipknot, Slayer, Meshuggah, all this good stuff. And then didn't like heavy as much as I did, but she does also.
I'm more into the symphonic metal, Temptation, stuff like that.
And that was our main musical focus. We only listened to that until I was working in a restaurant where they played electro swing in the evening when we cleaned the whole place. And I started grooving to it. It's like, man, this is fun music. I need to open up to more shit, not just listen to metal all the time. And that's where we started listening to that. And I was playing it at home a couple of times when we were cleaning or focusing and working, and Eden also really enjoyed it.
It's important to mention we're married. So
yes,
we're
by the way.
You haven't realized,
and I was in a different band before, Shoo Bee Doom, and I wanted to try something new. So we were on a work trip. We worked together, and I came to her asking, I want to do some other stuff. So one of them was a pop project. One of them was another thing with metal related, and then it was combining swing and metal together. And we were thinking of it as like a couples project in the beginning, to do something like just for the both of us.
No, too much of responsibility.
Yeah, it wasn't going to be like an actual band. We didn't think of it in that direction. We just did it for fun.
Yeah, as a couple.
It just ended up taking off that way.
Yeah,
because my band was the same way. Because like my guitarist I've been playing with for over 13 years. Me and him have been in several different bands together. So we were like, well, there's this project that we wanted to do. We're like, you know what? We're just going to do it. It's just going to be an internet project. That's it. That's all it's going to be. We'll find some other vocalist and, it doesn't matter where they live and we'll put them on and it'll be great. And then next thing you know, we're all like, all right, we're going to fucking move to South Carolina. We're all going to be together within the next year and we're going to start touring. It's like,
what just happened?
Yeah,
what are we talking about?
We never thought about it, and then we said, okay, this sounds too fucking awesome for that to stay in our computer. We have to spread this out, especially because, just like you said, it's not like everybody goes around and do swing metal just like that. So we thought, okay, that actually matches, that fits really well, and people need to know about it. So we had to just make a band out of it. So.
How difficult was it to find other musicians that play these other instruments? Because, like, if you went out trying to find like a saxophone player here,
well, it's not that easy.
Actually, you would be surprised because saxophone players, I think before Marcus, we also had another one. I remember. Yeah.
No, it was a woman you meant?
No, so drummers are obviously the hardest people to find.
Really?
Here, at least for us, it was reliable ones.
Yeah, good ones that actually show up.
Good drummers.
Rephrase
that. Good drummers are hard.
Good drummers, reliable ones. Yeah, for sure.
No, but people listened to us. They liked what we did, and it took us some time to really form everything up together. Some people came, some people left.
Right.
And
yeah. But I mean, it was really as simple as putting an ad on Facebook, putting an ad on Telegram groups for musicians here in the city, and just trying to get people to apply. And some really did not fit. And we were also very specific because we had the experience from Tom's former band. They were together on and off like 8 years, and they never took off to any position. And we were like, okay, our goals are very clear. We want to take it really as high as we can. So we have to put it forward as to when we are even talking to people, we've put it on the table and we're like, look, that's where we want to go. We want to be on big stages. We want to be on festivals. We want like really to have a lot of people listening to that.
We want it to be a business, which is a very scary word for many musicians.
Well, I mean, that's what it is essentially.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you make products that are your songs, and you're publishing it to people that like it, and it affects them in different ways. So
and they pay for it.
Yeah,
hopefully.
I mean, it sounds very washy and disgusting when you look at the broad spectrum of it.
It's not disgusting. It's
like sell out. Yeah, but
that's what the music industry made out of it. It's now like, oh, if you combine art and money, you make it dirty. That's how the feeling I got from a lot of people that said, oh no, it's not really a business. Oh, let's not take money or this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
So
many people think that you should just play for free or for fun and not really take anything out of it, but you need to make a living. You need to keep doing what you do.
Yeah. So
it's like a business. You make marketing, you make YouTube videos, you do whatever you can to stand out, and it is what it is.
And it was important for us to mention that when we spoke to people, so that they would understand from the beginning, we're aiming high. It's not going to be just like a hobby band and that's it. So there were people who were like, oh, I just want to come play and leave. And we're like, sorry, that's just not going to happen. Yeah.
So do y'all usually have anything you do right after the show? Like, do you go and eat somewhere special? Do you have a certain snack? I mean, some people do, some people don't.
We have so little experience with performance, to be honest.
Yeah, but what we do have still, I actually find it really funny because I'm a morning person and I don't tend to eat at night. So that when you're finishing your show at like 11, 12, if you're packing up and everything, it's like 1 a.m. already. I am hungry, like I can eat a whole buffalo, okay? After our ever first gig, there was the next location had like a grill outside at like 1 a.m., 2 a.m.
in the winter.
In the winter, yeah, it was like January or something like that. And they had a steak, and mind you, it's a steak. It was a fucking awesome steak. So I was eating steak.
You said steak, my mouth started watering. I'm sitting here.
But I could not believe myself. I would never, in a normal day, eat a steak at 2 a.m. It's like not happening. And after a show, I'm so hungry.
There's no rules after you play a show. Like once you hit that like midnight barrier, the rules are gone. Like,
and I have an additional problem as a singer. I cannot stuff myself before the show because I'm gonna throw up on everybody. And everything everything is just gonna come up during my singing and mess it up. So I eat very little, and then after that, then you have the whole packing up everything, talking to the people who were there, and all of that. It takes more hours than it should be. And then you're like, okay, I didn't eat for like so long and had like a whole hour of exercise on stage. So I was, wow.
See, playing, I kind of had the same thing. Like, I mean, I move around a lot on stage. I'm the bass player. I move around a lot more than most bass players do.
Sounds like
it. And I got the same thing. Like if I ate this big ass meal, I'm like, after like 2 songs, I'm like poured sweat and I'm like, oh God, I'm gonna vomit. And so I actually ended up, we were playing with a bigger band that we were opening, and I was complaining about it backstage, and their bass player came up to me and he was like, you know what I do? And I was like, what? He goes, I just drink a protein shake. That's it. He's like, I'll eat after the show. But before the show, just so you're not like stomach growling and fucking starving and shit, like he's like, just drinking 1 protein shake right before the show. And he's like, you'll fucking good. It'll carry you through. And then after the show, you can fucking gorge yourself all you fucking want to. So
I think that would actually
doing that, and it worked. Like I was like, fuck, this shit's great. Just protein. And then like, I have a horrible addiction to oatmeal and cereal.
Sounds like a terrible addiction.
Is that what you eat after a show?
Yes. I used to take on the road with me. I would take, it was either oatmeal or fucking Captain Crunch. And I would take boxes of fucking Captain Crunch. And that's what I would eat while everybody else is like going to Subway or Taco Bell or whatever. I'm like, bowl of cereal.
Which Captain Crunch though? Because there's a lot of them.
Either the regular Captain Crunch or the peanut butter. Either 2.
See, I like the berries, man. You gotta get the berries. The all berry Captain Crunch, man. That thing is bomb.
Nope.
Well, our problem is that most locations that we've been through these times are actually not open. Like nothing is open around. Right. So I am now trying to figure out what is it that I'm going to take with me on shows, which will be satisfying enough as a steak, because I tend to just want like meat, something like a burger, like a sandwich, like a good one.
I don't know what about you. I just want a Captain Crunch right now.
I'm a savory kind of person, so that's not buying me any much. So that's too much. So.
I mean, like if I was in a band and stuff like that, it would be like lunch meat sandwiches, just like you. I mean, it would have to be. It have to be.
See, if you come over to the States and you ever tour in the States and you're in the South, like the area that I live in, I'm going to tell you this right now and it'll save you. Waffle House.
Yep.
Remember that name.
I heard that so many times.
But here's the thing. If you go after 7 o'clock, you're basically...
No. It's after 9.
After 9 o'clock.
After 9 o'clock.
If you go after 9 o'clock, it's at your own risk.
Yeah, it's at your own risk. It turns into Jerry Springer. You can guarantee you're probably going to see ass and titties. You're definitely going to see a fight. and it's gonna be like watching the damn.
A fight
Yeah.
in a Waffle House? Isn't that like a family friendly?
It's either in the Waffle House or it's outside in the parking lot. It's no in between.
Damn, you having fun in the South, huh?
I also heard not to go to Taco Bell. That's also the
Yeah, do not go to Taco Bell.
All right, wait. You can go very different ways. It depends on how you are yourself. He will turn into a human shit cannon within 20 minutes. I mean, but me, give me a burrito from freaking Taco Bell. I'm good.
Oh no, you make me eat Taco Bell, and I get on stage, I'm shitting myself. That's all. There is.
Well, some people would say it's metal, so going both ways. Coming up either end.
I mean, we've heard one band say that, like, we're sitting here speaking of throw up and everything, that they saw somebody throw up in the mosh pit and sitting here just sliding through. I'm thinking like, whoa, wait a minute.
Oh,
Yeah, we're on.
Yeah, I'm sitting here like,
Or sliding inside in the vomit. Yeah.
We're on a whole nother level over here in the United States.
I mean, I know you go out stinky out from a concert normally, but that's a different kind of stink that you're.
Yep.
Well,
going
I
on.
would
it's
agree.
metal, it's yeah, slipped in vomit. Yeah.
And by the way, I will turn your if to a when in terms of a concert or like a.
Ooh.
Okay. So it's something that.
Yeah.
We're aiming high. Did we say that already?
We don't have a when yet, but hopefully
Yeah.
someone.
I've heard
sometime.
Let us know.
the shitty thing is I've heard it's very hard apparently now to come play in the States, where it's like it's super easy for US bands to go play out, but for some reason out of country bands coming in the US have now become like entirely difficult, because there was a band that we interviewed during season 1 that are from South Africa. And they flew over here and they detained their asses the minute they got here and sent them right back.
Whoa!
Shit.
I
Damn.
was like, and they had been here before. Like that was the thing. Like they had been here and played here before, and they sent their asses right back. I'm like, fucking why?
Is it because
That's
they're from
sad.
South Africa or something? Maybe they have different
Let them come
regulations of the
fucking
corona or
play.
something.
You know, I'm just sitting here reading the comments, and I mean, going back to the Waffle House, once she's sitting here saying there was one in Lynchburg, I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, is she talking about the Lynchburg that I'm thinking of? Because I mean, there's a couple of them in Lynchburg.
Bro, you're like 20 minutes late on that. That question's I'm
sorry.
posted.
We're already in South Africa.
We're all hungry here.
But going into another question, stuff like that, and it's actually a music related question. What is y'all's dream music video? Where would you be? What would you be doing? The outfits, everything.
Yeah, if you had like unlimited money,
Yep.
do anything you want.
I've always wanted to see cartoon versions of us, like Disney style.
Like the Freak of the Week kind of thing?
For example, yeah.
Okay.
This would have been awesome because with cartoons you can do so much crazy stuff. Cartoons or 3D or whatever, any animated version.
And our music really fits this.
And
kind
this
of thing.
costs a lot of money. So, even more than full production with the
Well, you wouldn't even have to worry about the money. Don't even worry about what it costs or what anything. Just all
Well,
of it.
he's a huge animation fan.
Yeah.
So for him, it's like something. I mean, we did see a video clip called "Freak of the Week."
It's called by a band called Freak Kitchen. They paid, I think, like $100,000 for a studio in France to do the clip, and they did like really
That was
Disney style with
amazing. It
3D
was
motions
really
and
good.
everything. Amazing, beautiful clip. Either that or Gorilla style or Gorillaz, the band.
Gorillas.
Yeah.
Okay, I was like,
Oh, the Gorillas. I love the
Yeah.
Gorillas.
Yeah, the
Not the
Gorillas are
Z
good.
in the end. Yeah.
If you ever wanted something like that, I actually know an animator, and I could get it for a lot cheaper than that.
Well,
nudge, nudge, wink, wink.
animating an entire clip is really fucking hard. So
Oh, I know.
I
I actually know. A lot of people don't know. I actually did a small little animated movie that I actually put into a few film festivals this last year and actually won a few awards off of it.
You break it out. Break it out.
No, I'm not. Hell no, I'm not. Maybe
Oh, no.
after the show. Maybe after.
Was it a frame by frame animation? hand
So
draw.
I actually know this guy. There's a guy I know that lives in, where does he live? He's either in the UK or Australia.
Mm.
I never really asked him. I just know he's in one of the two. But he does amazing fucking work. He's done a lot of stuff for bands, and he is very cheap, but very good. I don't know why he's so cheap. I don't really ask.
Cheap and good is our cup of tea. So,
Right at our alley.
So I can definitely send you to him because he's fantastic and he is affordable.
yeah, that's awesome.
I actually never thought about like my dream one, but I thought you also had a dream one to do underwater kind of thing.
Yeah, but it's way too complicated and way too
but he
risky.
said unlimited amount of money.
Risky. It's really risky
Okay.
because people could drown and die. So yeah.
Been done before.
Well, our next song is about driving. Basically, that's like the main theme. So doing it in sports car and driving fast with like a team of the cameraman following you. That would be awesome, but damn expensive. So maybe in the far future, or with the animator guy that he could do something like that. That would be nice.
Oh yeah, you can do all kinds. There's all kinds of shit you can do. There's all kinds of shit you can do. But, yeah, there's like, if you really sit down and actually did the research, there's so much shit that's at our disposal now as an artist or a musician or anything, that there's a lot of them that don't even realize what you could do if you get on the damn internet and look it up.
It's a brilliant time to be a musician or an artist in general. You have
it is, but at the same time, it kind of sucks because
there's a lot of competition. Yes, that's for sure.
Right.
Yeah.
But if you are good enough, then you have now the opportunity without those, gatekeepers.
It's not as good. It's also you need to be consistent. You need to be pushing yourself out there. Yeah.
Unfortunately, there's always going to be gatekeepers. Like no matter what it is or how you get it, it's always going to be there. But the only shitty thing is, there's a lot of things that are at your disposal. If you're good, or if you want to sit down and teach yourself stuff. Like me, I taught myself how to do production and how to do CGI and how to do all this shit that I literally sat down and just taught myself because I wanted to put myself ahead of anybody else and secondly, not have to pay for it. I could just do it myself. So, and some bands complain about it because they're like, we don't want to have to take the time out to sit down and animate our own music videos or do all of our own production because we want to focus on the fucking music and there's this and that. And it's like, yeah, but at the end of the day, you can't have your cake and eat it too. Like there's going to be those sacrifices you have to make. In a perfect world, sure, you'd have the money to be able to pay this person, pay that person, pay this person, but you don't because it is so competitive. The bands that have the most money tend to get elevated a lot more faster because they can pay for all those extra people. And then us on the working class, we have to do everything DIY and fucking figure it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, but if I come back to what we spoke before, I'm actually an entrepreneur. So I had a business before we started the band, and it's exactly the same. Like I see so many similarities if you're talking about startups or if you're talking about bands. The only thing is what kind of product we're offering. But it's the same thing. When you're a small business, a small startup, you start with nothing. You maybe get some grants or you have to apply for grants, like super convoluted bureaucratical process. But you have to get your, you become a one-man show very easily. And you have to learn a lot of things that you hadn't have to learn if you are only an employee. So it's quite the same thing. It's only what I realize is that a lot of musicians just from some reason think that if I'm a musician, then everything should work magically because I'm a musician, and that is music we're talking about, then everybody has to come to me. But it's not like that in any business, regardless if it's music, any kind of other art, or any kind of business. So I believe, and I see a lot of similarities between the two worlds. And since music is business eventually, then you have to think like a businessman. And a lot of businessmen and women are learning so much so quickly because they have to be their own marketer, they have to be their own salesperson, they have to be their own web designer, whatnot. And I had to do that as well. So I am not afraid of doing that and learning what I need to know. And then at some point, okay, I got to the limit of where I should continue learning, and that's where you start hiring other people.
Mm-hmm.
And I think if more musicians will start thinking as business people, they will have easier times with not focusing on where everything went wrong. Or
but I think it's also fun to do some stuff yourself. I mean, video productions, animations.
It's your fun. I don't want to do animation.
Like, that's going to be on you.
It is on him.
Doing yourself is really, really good, though. I mean, a lot of these people that are the DIY, some of them can't compete with all these people that are, doing special projects and all that other type of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's some good shit out there.
Of course.
Yeah.
Of course. And I think nowadays also the tools are being much more
accessible
and easier to use. And as Jagz said, you can find all the information in the world online. So if you really want to put your mind into it and you take everything very seriously, you realize that it's only for your benefit to learn those stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And eventually you learn it, okay, maybe it's not for me, but at least I know the basic of it. Then hiring somebody, you know what to talk about, you know how it works, and they cannot bullshit you anymore. So this is super important, and you have to take everything in both hands and learn it yourself before you give it away to somebody else. So we are always talking. I always tell Tom, because he does the mix and master of all of our songs. And I tell him, like, at some point we will have to give it away to somebody else because we won't have time for that. We might be touring. We might be, I don't know. And he finds it really hard to let go.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the biggest problem is learning to let go. Like, I know me ultimately for our show, I'm the one that does all the production for everything, the intros and all that shit. And it's like, at some point I would like to let this go, but do I really want to? Because I like the artistic part of it, of like going through and finding all these little things that you want. And it's like, can somebody actually recreate what you want?
Mm-hmm.
And at the end of the day, would it just be faster if you just did it yourself? Because if you're giving it off to somebody and they're doing it, and you're like, I don't like that, I don't like that, I don't like that, and you're like explaining what you're envisioning in your head, you can't put them in your head.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it goes in 2 points. You can either hire someone that's really good, but you will pay a lot, or you can grow with someone, which will take time, but you will obviously not like his stuff in the beginning. So,
but eventually, if you see those who are at where you're aiming to, most of the chances is that they are not working by themselves, and they are letting people do the things that they might be disappointed at some point. But you cannot run a ship by yourself. You have to have like a whole crew.
Yeah.
And
it takes a village. It takes a village with all this thing as well. But here lies my question, since we was going into the internet and everything for a minute. Like, what do y'all think about AI nowadays?
Oh, that's a heavy topic.
We need to pennies to every time we have this question.
Okay. I'll be as clear as I can. I hate with a burning passion everything AI related, because it's been talked about so fucking so fucking much. Can we have one product without AI, for fuck's sake?
Wait a minute, hold on your horses.
It's like everywhere.
We are using AI tools. Let's put it out there.
Yes,
with a big disclaimer.
Yes, I know, but I don't want a toaster to have an AI built in. Okay,
sure.
I don't want smart toilet or I don't know.
You don't know.
I don't want. I want to have some simplicity in life.
No, but it's the kind of thing.
I kind of hit a nerve.
I didn't realize how big the nerve was.
I'm exaggerating. AI is very useful. It's pretty cool, and it does come in handy a lot when it comes to needing some help with creativity. That's for sure. It doesn't come to a point at the current state that it can replace a human being in any way. So texts, it's very obvious it's AI most of the time, especially with songwriting. songs themselves, they always have this kind of weird artifact in the background that you hear. They don't mix it that well. The photos,
and also like if we're
extra
talking
fingers
about
and stuff like
if
that.
we're talking about something like swing metal, right? I don't think in any time soon AI will understand even.
Don't give them ideas.
No, it's not gonna happen, because all these crossovers that now are happening more and more, it's something that's gonna take AI like a whole lot longer to learn how to do, but it's still not doing the basics well enough. So I mean, it's not gonna get into the position. But I don't believe that people ever are gonna give up on seeing live concerts. And I really hope not. This is one of my favorite thing in the world to do.
Yeah, no, that's never going to go away. Like me, as far as like AI is concerned, from a musician standpoint, using AI to recreate music, I don't agree with. I think that should be left to the musicians and not some fucking computer generated. Now, if you're using that computer to generate beats and stuff like that, and you're a rapper and you do hip hop or whatever, okay, I could get behind that. I could understand that.
But I don't think metal will ever.
No, using AI to do artwork, I'm cool with that. You know, not all of us have thousands of dollars to give to an artist. Now, I get the artist standpoint, like, oh, you're taking away money from us. We can't pay our bills, you know, blah, 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 blah. Well, goddamn, don't charge us $5,000 for a fucking album artwork. I mean, most of your, you know, middle class bands, which most people in a band, they're middle or lower class. Hell, we could barely afford the fucking instruments we have, much less can we afford your $5,000 fucking artwork on the cover. We have to resort to using AI because it's free. It's at our disposal. So it's still your idea. It's still your thought process. Now, granted, you got to like reload it a few 50 million times before you hit what you actually like, but it's still your idea being recreated by something. And it is,
I mean, I got Moshmeloh's picture and everything as well. He creates
all his characters with AI, which we use a lot of AI for our stagnant posts on sound injection. And it does help us out a lot, because do we have time? Could I create that art myself and draw it? Yes, I can draw. I could do it. Do I have the time to do that?
Fuck hell no.
But I think also this progression is something that is keep on happening, right? Like at some point, I imagine that the digital world has the same people who are like, but now I'm only drawing like with color and with pencils. Like, what am I going to do now that we have Photoshop and we have Illustrator? Kind of that kind of stuff. So it always just, it keeps us on our toes in terms of, okay, how do we evolve with the technology? And I think it's also then makes us stand out more if we actually do a good job, because now the standard is going to be, okay, can you be better than AI? And then, and also, can you bring something unique? And you know what? Some people maybe have been on this threshold now, and now they're under. And if they don't step up their game, then it could be that that's not for them, or that it could stay as a hobby.
But I tell you what's the main concern with AI. So it replaces things that humans like to do, like making music and making art.
No, but that is for payment. So you will not get paid for it. You can still do it as a hobby. Like nobody stops anybody.
Yes,
from
but the
drawing.
fact it's available now, it's taking away work from you that you would otherwise enjoy doing, and also have the potential to get paid for. Of course, there's like a very...
But it's always the case. Like if you don't evolve with technology, that's going to be the case all the time. It always happens with every situation. Nowadays, we have robots that are doing stuff. What's going to happen now? Now we're going to have robots who are building buildings. What's going to...
We've essentially just outdid ourselves.
Exactly. So we're constantly doing that. So what are we going to just stop technology?
At the end of the day, we only have ourselves to blame because we created it. So.
Yeah, but hey, it is convenient. Yes, it is something that can help us evolve even more. Yes, but we just have to evolve with it. We cannot just sit down and say, "Oh, I don't like the new world."
No, I would love it to be able to solve actual issues a lot more.
That's a different
Like
story.
health problems, folding laundries,
Folding laundry.
washing dishes, all
Hey,
this.
you know what? I don't mind doing laundry. That's actually I don't know why I like doing laundry. I like doing laundry.
Can I invite you home?
No.
I do.
Laundry.
But if you would have the option to have a robot to do it instead of you,
When you don't want
where
to?
you can focus on other stuff that you
I would still do
like
it.
otherwise.
I would still do it.
Hey,
Yeah,
you
you don't
also
have-
get your ideas when
I
you're
say get the
I
cleaning
am,
robot.
yes.
I would still fold my own laundry because, like,
Yeah, but to
one-
evolve the self-driving cars, to solve real world
No,
issues
fuck
with
that.
human.
fuck that.
I
Yeah. So I have this extreme fear of being in vehicles that I can't control.
I think I understand that though.
Yeah.
Like,
understand
I don't like being in a vehicle with somebody driving that I don't know them and I haven't like rode with them before. I am a fucking nervous wreck the entire fucking time. I don't know why. I've always had this phobia ever since I was like 16 years old and first started driving. I've always been terrified of me not being in control of that vehicle.
I'm with you.
So we can only hope it won't evolve anytime soon.
I'll be that old motherfucker still driving the fucking self-driving cars.
Yep. Yep.
I don't want it. What if that damn system fries and like it's trying to take you to work? Next thing you know, you're in fucking Texas or wherever.
Oh, running in circles, right? There was a thing that like one car drove in circles for like a long time until the customer service managed to do that to stop it or something.
Okay.
That's like all these like over in Japan, they're creating these like robotic girlfriends.
Oh,
And
that's a whole different
That's a different issue. Yeah.
what if you're like getting intimate and shit, and that robot bites your shit off? How you gonna feel then?
And you're never gonna call anybody from
in there.
because of
When that robot bites your dick off,
anyway.
I
You're
told
I
you.
wonder if
Hiding
people
shame.
would go to hospitals with these cases. It's
Well,
like
what are you
I'd
gonna
rather
do?
stay home and hide the shame.
and die.
Yes.
It's like with that robot. It's like-
So, getting into a little bit of a nerd question because I am a nerd and I didn't get into it all show because we were talking and other stuff. But y'all were given superpowers. All right, what are those powers, and are you a hero or a villain?
Villain.
Oh my god.
100% villain.
How did you ask this question?
Freeze time and do shit. Like
Do shit?
yeah, like rob places and
What do you do?
rob places.
Rob-
Yes. Just until I get enough money to cover all my shit.
Sure. I cannot imagine you're stopping. You're like, okay, I got to like 50,000 euros.
Imagine-
I can stop now.
Imagine you could control time, eat the best burger of your life, and then reverse it and eat it again.
Ooh, I actually like where he's going.
Never ending delicious cycle.
So are you going to the moment before you're coming repeatedly as well?
If it needs to go back in, then no. Let's get into perspective. I mean, I could say the same with the burger, but yeah, some sacrifices I'm willing to make for the sake of.
Oh my god, I'm discovering so much today.
Yes. Well,
That's
8 years of marriage.
That's what
and
we're
this-
kind of known for. I told you that we're not the regular show. You're not.
You're nowhere far. We are nowhere normal. Let's just say that.
We'll take this shit out and fucking left.
we don't
field
go
real
normal
quick.
normally, so
yeah, I hope no kids are watching. So, children,
look,
we're
You
nice
have a
people.
warning.
There is a parental advisory at the
Yeah.
beginning of this show. So if,
Good production.
there are some villains in Germany.
Yeah.
That's what she
if they're
said.
letting them watch it, that's on them. That's not our problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
Eden, you didn't answer the power question though.
Yeah, I'm still shocked. Yeah.
Lucky you wouldn't.
Well,
be
I
able to
would
do
be
that.
the balance to that and being like not the villain. I will be the hero. No, but I mean, I for the longest time wanted to read people's minds, But that's because I always felt like I'm not always that good at that. And I think there's an advantage, especially if you want to put effort in somebody, that you need to know what they're thinking so that you're not going to get too much invested in somebody and then it's going to backfire.
You would abuse it so easily. Come on.
In what way?
You're talking to a promoter or something, and you're reading his mind, and then
he's an asshole. Then I'm not gonna.
No, not an asshole. Maybe you can manipulate him into helping you with some stuff, and.
You know me how long?
just be glad she's not using you as the example, because
exactly.
I can tell you right now, my wife would read my mind every freaking
she threw your ass under the fucking bus.
Come on, he's so easy to read him. Like,
I'm a simple guy.
He's a simple guy, and like give him a burger and let him time to do his music, and that's it. And getting some good shows every now and then.
That's one of the main reasons I won't be a villain, because I'll just eat all the time.
No, because you don't want to be outside in the world.
Yes, also.
Well, me and you would get along great because I'm a big fat ass myself. So.
I mean, I don't think you'll go along good with him because no matter how much he eats, he doesn't gain weight at all.
Yeah, I get lucky there.
I ain't worried about it. I never will be a skinny man.
I always hated people like that.
I'm only like that because I work out every fucking day. Like I'm an avid fucking gym guy. So I fucking stay. But at one point I was pushing like fucking 250 something pounds.
Damn.
So, and now for my height, it didn't look too bad, except for my stomach, because I had this big ass beer belly because I like my beer. So at one point, I'm like looking down at myself. I'm like, God damn, this ain't good.
If you like beer, then Germany is definitely the place for you.
Oh yeah.
Germany has always been on my bucket list to come because I want to go to like a real German like Oktoberfest. Like I want to go so bad. We have them over here, and I'm like, it can't be
not the real thing.
It's the real thing.
Well, if you have people pissing out and like in the outdoors, then you have the real thing. So
and then I'm like, I eat all this like, hey, this is German, this is authentic German food. I'm like, is it? Because how would I know? Yeah. You can tell me it's real German authentic food, but is it authentic German food?
We'll have to come and try it out.
That's what I'm saying. I'm like, I want to go
on the list.
Test this out. We
have amazing metal festivals here in Germany. So
I know I want to go into Wacken is like one of my like bucket list things.
Same.
Like I don't even give a shit about playing it. I just want to be there. Like
I give a shit about playing there. I want to play there.
Don't get me wrong. If I had the chance to play, I would definitely fucking play. But if I just had the chance just to go to be there and see it, that would be all. Like I've heard the festivals over there are so much bigger and better than the States.
Really?
Now, we have really good ones over here, but it's hard to compare because it's like everybody over there is like our shit's better, and then all of our guys better. It's like, but is it?
I mean, I guess it depends on the band, right? Like which kind of band.
Eye of the beholder.
So yeah, and this year they have Gojira. So
I love them.
I love. See, I've always like the overseas band that I've wanted to see ever since I heard them on How High. I wanted to see Rammstein.
Oh yeah,
you should. You definitely.
Oh man,
that was amazing.
Even if you don't like the music.
Last time I seen them, they came out on stage with a giant dick that was fucking spewing shit all over the fucking crowd. This big giant fucking penis that they brought out on stage. It was fucking
very German. Yes,
I don't care. Those motherfuckers are awesome.
They are awesome.
Yeah.
That was one hell of a concert.
Not only was it the best live show you can ever see because of all the pyrotechnics and everything, they have I think the best sound I ever heard.
Yeah.
amazing.
That I don't know.
Right,
so good. So good.
I'm gonna give a little bit of confession. It was said before in a plug-in.
Are you really gonna fucking screw yourself on this?
I've never been to a live show. I apologize.
I know.
No.
I am a.
How
I
easy is
live
that
in.
to do nowadays?
I live in the middle of nowhere,
Oh
and it's hard to get around here.
damn.
No, look, we moved to Germany 7 years ago, and we said we have to get to know Germany through concerts. So, mind you, we did travel like 4 hours away to Frankfurt so that we could see a band. That particular time it was Hailstorm. Shout out to them, I love them. Basically it was our goal to know Germany through concerts. So maybe you can add that to your bucket list, like saying not only I can see a concert but maybe see a new location.
When you're going on a vacation, you can always look for bands that show up.
One of my vacations this year is going to a fucking festival. I'm going to a metal festival down.
But a festival is a bit different. Like it's a bit much maybe for the first concert. I don't know, because it's like a lot.
Well, see,
my first concert was a bit intimidating because I got shot in the ass.
Shot in the ass.
Actual shot.
Okay, well, this story was not told before.
No,
Wait.
Maybe not contributing as well.
Shot vaccinated or shot with a gun?
Shot with a gun.
They did.
What the fuck is happening there in
So,
American festival?
First off, it was not. Now, when I got shot, I thought it was a real bullet, but it wasn't. So some of the police officers over here have what they call riot pellets or riot bullets. They're like the rubber bullets.
But they hurt like hell.
I went to go. I was very young, and I snuck out of the house and went with some of my best friends, and their big sister took us to go see Marilyn Manson. I was a huge Marilyn Manson fan. Still to this day, still a big Manson fan. So I think I was in the 6th or 7th grade. So we went to go see Manson. It was the Antichrist Superstar tour. So everybody was up in arms because of the whole religious thing. And
Shit.
at the time, I lived in what they call the Bible Belt of the United States. I lived in Oklahoma at the time. Ooh. We went downtown Oklahoma City to go see Marilyn Manson. Well, afterwards, all kinds of Christian groups were out there protesting the concert, which when we came out, they started pelting everybody with fucking beer bottles and rocks and everything else. Well, the fight ensued. It turned into a big ass brawl. Next thing you know, the cops are called out. Next thing I know, I'm running to the car and fucking like goddamn Forrest Gump. I'm like, goddamn, something bit me. I fucking went down. I'm like, I'm shot. And it hurt. It hurt bad.
Oh, damn.
My brother, or not my brother, one of my best friends and his sister picked me up and started dragging me off and got me in the car. And I was bleeding all over the damn place. And I'm like, oh my God. And they're like, fuck, your parents. Goddamn, everything's bad. This is so bad. This is so bad.
Tell that to your mom and dad.
Luckily, one of her best friend's mom was an RN. So she's like, she's home. So we went over there and they pulled my pants down. She starts laughing and she was like, you're good. And I was like, here, and it was still in my pants. Like it was still wrapped up in my pants, the bullet. Now it did bust my skin open. I did have to have like 4 stitches. So they put 4 stitches in my butt. But I'll never fucking forget my first concert.
Yes. This is Moshmeloh, why you should never go to see live concerts.
No, that's not.
No,
that is the conclusion.
Look, see, I'm a big metalhead fan. And my dream is to be either in a wall of death or in a mosh pit. I want to be in either one of them.
After this is over, I'll tell you my first wall of death experience. It was
how tall are you, though?
Yes. It's a good question. How big are you? Because
how tall are you?
I'm a tiny guy, so at mosh pits I'm like flying.
I'm 6'1", 288 pounds.
You're good.
I'm 6'1" and 200 pounds.
You're also good. I'm 5'2" or something like that. I'm like a really big guy. Yeah, so I'm flying all over the place.
But having fun the whole time, like he's enjoying himself, like right, like you see him like.
Oh yeah, I love the mosh pits.
We've been to Slipknot, and he just like, I want to go in, and I was like, no, I'm gonna lose you. It was like
I got caught in the middle of a wall of death with my current at the time it was my girlfriend.
Oh, I remember this.
On my shoulders during a wall of death for Whitechapel. And I had no idea what was about to happen because I wasn't paying attention. I was walking up to the stage. It was at Mayhem Festival, and I had her on my shoulders, and she was a teeny tiny little thing. She was like 70 pounds and like 5 feet. So I'm like, I had her on my shoulders all day, and I'm walking down, and all of a sudden I see the crowd split. I'm not thinking nothing of it. I'm like, oh, we can walk right to the front of the stage. We get about halfway in the middle, and all of a sudden, boom, possession starts, and it was slam. And fucking, I'm like, I did everything I could to hold on to her. Glasses went flying, got smashed to smithereens. Them were gone.
Damn. But she was safe up there.
I cannot drop this girl no matter what I do.
But it was fun nonetheless, I bet, wasn't it?
It was a good memory. It was a good
memory. That's the point. Go. Like, go.
Yes.
Next time we're joining an episode, we want to hear that you've been to a concert.
Oh, I'm definitely going to go. It is on the list for.
I wish I could take it. I wish I could get him to go to Welcome to Rockville with me in May. But
it's fucking expensive.
You have local shows. Like, you don't have to go super high. You know, it's like go to a local one.
I just found out recently that we have just like 3 small local places that's here where I live, but I don't know anything about them, and so
what is there to know? Websites, like, you just check what I mean. This is also kind of a message from us because we are also still a small band, and we are still doing concerts that are quite small and like not even 100 people, depends on when, you know. And for us, it's also important that people are coming to our shows because, as we mentioned, like, for me, it's my favorite thing in the world is being on stage and seeing people like in front of me dancing to the songs that we're playing. And there's nothing better for me in the world than to see that. And when you're a small band, every person counts. So it doesn't matter. Just go have fun, you know?
I think every person counts no matter how big or how small.
Of course.
I think that's where bigger bands fuck up. If you treat every person like that, like every single fan like they're important, that leaves a lasting impression on everybody.
And we really try to do it. And, you know,
I answer everybody who DM me on Instagram. Everybody gets a message from me, like, at least once.
Yeah. And, you know, when you go and support local bands, sometimes you see like really gems, like amazing bands that are just beginning, and they make such good music.
Yeah,
so
because
there's
a lot.
There's a lot that we found that are better than big name bands doing this show and watching your show.
That's why we do what we do. That's why we look for very much unknown bands, because there's so many unknown bands. To me, I'm a fan of all these unknown bands more. I would rather go see them than all the big bands.
And that's amazing. It's so good that you're doing it. More people should know about more smaller bands, and you know it's a struggle, like you mentioned. But yeah, it's definitely on the right track.
That's why we do multiple shows a week, is because there's so fucking many damn bands. That's why we
actually know Licho. They were a few weeks ago.
Oh yeah, we had them a few weeks ago. They were.
And we had a gig with them actually in Poland, and that was so fucking awesome. And it's also, I appreciate them so much just because of the fact that we have played before with other bands, and a lot of them are just like, we come do our thing and we leave, or we're just like not really connecting, and they are really not like that. We got to become really good friends because of that. And they are in Poland, we are here in Germany, but we keep on trying to get more gigs with them because it was just so much fun. And you know, you appreciate those people who are doing the extra, you know, effort in order to be also people and not only like, oh, we are on stage and we're awesome. No.
I think we actually have another band from Poland coming up. I think they're from Poland. They're either Poland or Sweden, but there's a band that we have coming up called Atomic Spitfire in a few weeks.
Wow.
And they're from over that way. So look into them too, because they're really fucking good. They're heavy. They're way on the heavier side, but they're really good.
Yeah, and mind you, the crowd in Poland, and we've been to like a very small city in Poland, and that was amazing. That was like
that's my last question I want to ask is what is the local scene like over in like Germany and Poland and Sweden and places like that? Because it's like everybody's local scenes are much different. Like here where I live, there is no local scene. I actually have to go like 3 hours traveling just to get to a local scene because there isn't. It's dead.
Right.
I mean, guys
after COVID, obviously, like it's changed a lot.
Yeah, like, do you guys have a local scene? Is it easy to get shows? Like, what is that like?
It's never easy to get shows. It's always a struggle.
It's getting harder, especially because smaller venues, they don't want to pay you to come, or they don't want to book you as like just as a guest. They want you to rent the venue, and then all the responsibility and stake is on you. And
so they're trying to make you the promoter.
Kind of,
basically,
and you are like the owner of the event.
Yeah, there's places over here that do that where bands will be like, "Oh, I want to do a show," and they're like, "Oh no, you have to promote your own show, and you have to put it together," which they're essentially making you the promoter, which is bullshit.
Yeah, especially when you're a small band, and then it also forces you to get like local other local bands. So in case we want to play in Hamburg, then we have to get a band from Hamburg, even if we prefer to have 2 bands from other locations, because then like we cannot guarantee to have people in. And
happened to us in Dresden once.
Yeah, no, that was a very terrible thing. Let's not
you guys are identical to us, because it's like here. So if you have a regional band that they're a bigger band, say they're even on a record label, and they're touring, well, they may not be known in that area at all.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of those regional bands, because we've got like different classifications in the state. You got local bands, you got regional bands, you got national acts. Mm-hmm. Obviously, a national act isn't going to fucking need anybody. They could show up and it's going to fucking sell out, no problem. Obviously, regional bands, they do little regions or whatever, but they're going to need help from local, because whatever region that they're touring, they may not have a fucking clue who the hell they are.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
So they got to have whatever big local band, whatever your most popular local band is, just to pull in the tickets.
Right.
And pull in the fucking people. So you guys are identical to. Okay, that answers my question.
Yeah, but we started doing this gig for gig kind of thing. So if we are
that is actually the best thing you could possibly do.
Mm.
Yeah. So that's how we got to Poland. Like, they are in Poland, we are here in Germany. They wanted to play in Germany. We wanted to leave Germany at some point. So that's helpful.
Bands, I don't understand. Like, over here in the States, a lot of bands fight all the time of, oh, I'm better, oh, we're better, we sound better,
ego.
Yeah,
right. And it's like, if you guys would shut the fuck up and all of you work together and trade shows, if you're sitting there trading shows and working together and being cool as fuck, dude, you guys would all blow up.
Yeah.
You would fucking blow up if you did.
Be nice to fans.
Yes.
Be nice to fans, be nice to the other bands, because they will give you more opportunities. Yeah, and I tried to create like a WhatsApp group with other bands from all over Europe, and like posted it in different groups on Facebook and stuff, saying, hey, we know stuff about some places in Germany, you know stuff about other places in Europe. How about we just, exchange information, get some context together, and just work together? Why not? I mean, who is gonna help us if not each other, right? And especially with this kind of bullshit thing that we have to rent the location nowadays. So yeah, this is kind of what we're pushing and aiming towards, but we are also working on having being in competitions and for festivals and these kind of stuff. But yeah, I'm sending emails like every day to venues and to places and squat.
So on that it comes to the time, boys and girls, of everybody who's watching, we actually are going to play one of their music videos before we leave. Please make sure you go check out Shoo Bee Doom on all of their social media platforms. They're on Facebook, they're on Instagram, they're on all that stuff.
It only takes a second.
Yeah, just go follow, go help them out. Do the damn thing. On that, I think we have the video for Cycle of a Psycho. So here we go. On that, we love you guys. We will be back. I think, what is today? Today's Wednesday? Today's Wednesday, right?
Today's Wednesday. We'll be back Friday.
We'll be back Friday with another band. We love you guys. Have a fantastic day.
Thank you, guys.
You guys.
Thank you for all the listeners.